Okay, so they're going to kill us if we don't do this, but let me fill you in on the academics accusations. So
the accusations.
Whoa, that's good. I didn't think of that. He's not even on his stream. I believe I'm getting the details right here, but he hops on Plaque Boy Max's stream. Or is it Plague?
Plaque.
Why do I always forget this?
Plaque.
Okay, he hops on there. Max has a mod on his Discord who's like a 15-year-old boy, like a little kid from some other country. I forget where. And they're having like a whole conversation before the part that has gone viral. And according to Ak, it's like there's a lot of trolling going on back and forth, and there's a lot of jokes being made about the level of fandom that this 15-year-old kid has for Max. So he's basically like, you know, this, like at first, according to Ak, when I spoke to him earlier, this kid is actually saying things to Ak. Like he's giving Ak a hard time because he's streaming. So he has his own chat. His own chat is telling him things to say to Ak. Now, obviously, you're talking about a 15-year-old kid versus a 30-something-year-old dude. It's kind of like different levels of expectation.
How old is Black Boy Max?
Max is like early 20s.
But I thought you said a 15. Oh, that's the fan.
The Discord mod,
okay, cool.
Basically.
And he from another country?
Okay, it was a Discord call, not Max's stream. So that's why the narrative about Ak getting banned on Twitch is false in terms of it being directly related to something that he did on stream. I think it was like Twitch will ban you for like off-platform behavior if you do something fucked up. They'll ban you just to spare themselves the problems of they don't want you know Clorox's ads appearing next to you while you're going through a nightmarish hellstorm of cancellation, right? This type of thing. So at a certain point, Ak starts saying to the kid, "Oh, so like, would you fuck Max? Would you suck his dick?" You know, he starts saying stuff.
Would you let Max fuck you?
Right, that kind of thing. You know,
but
basically,
these kids talk like that in them fucking Discord.
Right, he's riffing on the level of obsession that this kid allegedly has for
Glazer,
Max.
Fucking Lesh.
Right, and so then this, I believe, I personally think it's been kind of like reframed as if Ak was in any like serious way suggesting that this 15-year-old kid might have sexual interactions with one of these streamers. I think they were asking like, you know, would you fuck his sister? Would you? And the kid, to his credit, is kind of saying like, no, I'm underage, so I wouldn't fuck his sister who is above age because that would make her a pedophile, that type of thing. And so this clip comes out and is basically characterized as Akademiks is a PDF file. Akademiks is grooming this kid, etc. And there's so many people who are invested in pushing this narrative about Ak that now it's almost become like if you aren't on board with agreeing that Ak is the worst things that you could possibly say about him,
then you a 69 guy.
And you're part of it. You're covering up right now. It also is reasonable, I think, to point out that since the Drake and Kendrick thing, there's a totally different level of Akademiks hatred out there. There's like a lot of people who are very invested in taking him down.
I seen hit a J3 card him too.
Oh, of course he's got
it. He ain't missing no clout.
And so, in addition to that, I think when Ak got his R-word lawsuit, we're adults, I'm not going to censor myself, his rape lawsuit, concerning this girl who said that his homies banged her and he maybe banged her too while she was blackout drunk or whatever. That came out in the public eye. It was a thing online for a few days or whatever, but it doesn't feel like it really reached the fevered pitch that you would maybe expect of a rape lawsuit.
The girl was reaching. When we read the fucking, or whatever the facts were that we came across, it was like, come on, man.
I definitely saw a lot of viral Twitter posts about it, but it doesn't feel like it really got the level of attention that probably a lot of people wanted it to for whatever reason.
Well, it definitely didn't cancel him fully.
Definitely. No, and he didn't lose his sponsors. He's with Happy Dad. He's got, he's not even technically with Stake, but Stake sponsors one of his Trump Twitter accounts. But he, exactly. Exactly. Happy Dad, which is Trump coded.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not. If Happy Dad was with Destiny, I don't think they're dipping out based on the accusations that he's been doing.
Happy Dad ain't even fucking with Destiny, really.
And in turn, yeah, that probably would be kind of weird. But in terms of like the factual basis of this too, there's a lot of people saying that Steak dropped him, which I don't think is true. I was talking to him, that's not true. Happy Dad dropped him, that's not true. So there's like so much fake news going on around this that it almost like seems worse than it is now. But what is true is that there are a shitload of people, a lot of really big YouTubers making videos saying that Akademiks is a piece of shit, a groomer, a PDF, whatever.
Well, like, so if you look at the whole footage, it started off, they were just kind of like friendly roasting. It wasn't even that serious. And they were like asking one of the other dudes, it wasn't Ak, it was one of the other dudes was like, hey, what's your address, bro? I'm gonna send some strippers to your crib. And he's like, and the kid, I didn't know he's from a foreign country. I thought he was like a New Yorker because he kind of got like that, I ain't even gonna lie to you. He's got that whole, so I can't even lie. He's all like, nah. He's like, that's grooming. That's grooming. You can't send no strippers over here. That's grooming. Like, you gonna put a case on me and you gonna put a case on them. That's what the kid is saying.
That's what the little nigga said.
Yeah, that's what the kid said, and that was in the beginning part.
He was
before
keeping it real.
Yeah. So he's actually playing it off really well. And to be fair, the kid does not look disturbed at all. I had older homies that would joke around with me like that when I was that age. I thought that shit was funny. Matter of fact, I wish my older homies would have sent me a stripper when I was 15. I would have been happy as a pig and shit. You feel me?
I think my older homies, man, I ain't gonna. Hey, we got strippers around for
that's
sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
myself personally, I grew up, I was 15 hanging out with BMX dudes who are like well into their 20s, maybe not 30, because being a 30-year-old BMXer even at that time was not really like that much of a thing. It's kind of, you just like age out of it at a certain point or whatever. But I definitely have memories of being 15 and having the dudes in my social circle from bike riding or even like hardcore music or whatever saying stuff that if you view it from this perspective,
they were grooming a nigga.
Well, it was just fucked up.
Like, I know you trying to get your dick wet tonight, little nigga. You better come over here, nigga. We got the hoes over here. Like, nigga, I'm on my way.
So it's like, I can see like two sides of it, which is that like Ak was probably very unwise to be having this kind of conversation with this kid, regardless of if he was on stream or how many people were viewing it. It's like, obviously it's inappropriate, and viewed through today's lens, it's extra inappropriate. That being said, I don't think I have the same sort of like guttural disgust that a lot of people have for it, just because that hazing that I went through as a young dude to me was so like instrumental, not even shit like that, but like literally getting my ass kicked by dudes who were older than me, that like for talking shit or whatever, you know, just so much shit when I think about it, that I feel like to me, it's just not anywhere near as surprising as I think a lot of people were. And I feel like you coming from like a gang background is probably the same thing, because the gang world is a world in which a 16-year-old and a 30-year-old are kind of almost on like even
for sure
level in terms of a lot of things.
You 30 when you 16 in the gang world, you're gonna be held accountable for the same shit he is.
Same with graffiti and hip hop. It's the same thing.
You do all that shit. That's your ass.
All of these sort of like toxic subcultures that we came up in.
Yeah.
It just like, and like, I don't want to be viewed as like fully like apologizing for it, because I would hope that myself in a similar situation, if I was on a Discord call or a stream or whatever, and for some reason there's a 15-year-old kid on it and we're talking shit, like definitely when I'm interviewing a 15-year-old kid, which has not happened a lot in recent memory, but there's been a handful of times over the last couple of years in which like there might be like a rapper who's like real young or whatever. Definitely I'm minding my words and not trying to say anything that's going to look crazy, even if we're talking about something that, you know, even if I remember, what's that? Lil 50, was that his name? This fucking kid that I interviewed. Let me find it. I'm pretty sure like I asked him like how the girls are to him, but I definitely didn't like,
you weren't specific.
No, it wasn't, because he did one with Flacco.
Lil Mouse.
I remember.
Yeah, this kid, Lil 50. He was like, he had, man, this shit actually did good. And it was a very awkward interview, to say the least. I do recall that. But like, you know, I think I remember asking him like about how the girls are but I definitely wasn't going to go into some detail, you know.
And I mean,
It
you
felt
wrap it
weird.
up.
But like,
You touch their buttholes.
no, I feel like you would be more
Gotta eat the
conscientious. Gotta eat the pussy. Oddly enough, like at the show that was at my spot the other day, there was a super young dude performing. He was like 14 years old. This dude, JD the Youngin, who's super viral, and he came. One of the things he said to me, he's all like, "Tell Adam I say what's up with Lena." You feel me? And this is like a 14-year-old kid. I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I have had that exact thing happen to me many times.
like
where like a
little ass kid.
Yeah,
Like,
even before the whole Jason Love saga, I remember going to a skate park and a kid just saying like, "Have fun making pornos with Lena."
yeah.
Not even 14. This kid was probably like 12, and just me being like, "Wow, my life is fucking weird now." Like I didn't know that was gonna happen.
But the thing about the academic thing was because it didn't just stop at that. Well, I think the worst part of it and the thing that's got him in the most hot water is when he specifically, like you were saying earlier, was like, what if it was like, you want to be close to Mac or you want to be close to Max, you should just let him fuck you so he could be inside you. That's what Axe said. It's on the fucking stream.
That is a lot.
Literally said
That's a lot.
He said that on the stream.
But they were arguing. You got to think
They were
what type of
joking and
arguing.
laughing.
I've seen my 8-year-old nephew put up a fucking debate with somebody playing the game, and he argued. I'm like, "Who you talking to, little nigga? Like, give me the game. What the fuck are you talking about? You arguing with a grown man? Like, fuck you."
But it would be different if he was like, "I want to fuck you,"
Yeah.
or like, "My homie's gonna fuck you." You should let this dude fuck you.
So at 15, you barking up the tree the same way. You get what I'm saying? At this point, you using all time. "Oh, fuck your mom," and da-da-da. You know, that's like video game and Discord talk.
No, so let me ask you, because that's my question for both of y'all, who I'm pretty sure you both got nephews, right? Like, you both got nephews that are teenagers, probably not far from that age,
And
right?
sometimes I walk in here and Josh's kids are here, and one of them's 8 and one of them's 10, and it's like I'm in a different mentality when I come to No Jumper, so I'll catch myself saying fuck around them or just using profane language, grabbing a cigarette, etc., which is like it's very recent memory to me that these kids were like 4 or 5, and I'm just like, "Oh, how you doing, little buddy?" It's like now they're here, and I'm like accidentally doing like grown ass man shit or just talking about a girl with them like within earshot and saying something. "Oh man, the pussy was fire," and then I'm like catching myself being like, "Fuck, I can't say that shit around."
They're
you
still like at
can,
the age where like farts are hilarious, though.
But
You
it's
know?
like-
but also they're kind of grown. They're kind of like listening to rap music. They're kind of knowing what's
to hear
up.
the pussy is fire because they preaching that the pussy is fire right now. So if it's like, if they can hear that pussy is still fire, like pussy get wet, bro. I don't know if y'all, because you guys don't even give it a chance. Y'all,
You think they just go gay instantly because it's indoctrination?
The gays?
these people, I mean, it's people that are saying that they're a part of the community at 10. You ain't even got a shot of no pussy. You don't even know if you love pussy.
That's true.
You haven't even tried it. Like, try it first. Let it fail you.
I'm not worried about them becoming gay or anything. I'm just kind of worried about me exposing them to like the way that dudes talk.
You're not
before their time.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm not either. But what I'm saying is, you saying the pussy is fire. It's like, oh, it's men out here knocking some pussy down.
Yeah,
but like all I see is rainbows and shit subconsciously. That's all I was saying. So it's like, you know, certain conversations, like maybe something else, but like something about girls, little guys are supposed to know that they're supposed to like girls.
And think about if your dad is Josh and he's clapping Gunner's cheeks. That's got to be kind of awkward.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
If you're 10 years old and you don't even have like a racial preference yet, you don't even know what kind of girls you like, you don't know if you like tits or ass, you shouldn't be thinking about pussy quite yet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Gunner, it looked like somebody clapped Gunner's cheeks in Vegas.
But no, the
he was
real,
out of it.
I should tell that story.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Somebody did clap the cheeks. Oh,
okay,
Mikey.
Mikey got in there. No, but because like I seen so much anticipation on Reddit because they're looking at this situation as a situation in which I need to disavow Akademiks and his behavior in order to be, I guess, like morally cohesive. And from my perspective, even if I can say, yeah, like, all right, Ak fucked up. Ak should not have done that. He should be more mindful about how he's speaking, especially when there's a minor on the Discord call, whatever. Sure. but I'm not fucking dying to just jump out the window. It's like there's so many people who want his spot, and I get it because they want my spot, they want all of our spots, and we've all felt it. Where as soon as you become part of No Jumper, or as soon as you become him, he's like the #1 streamer in hip hop. It's like a very coveted role. It's just the level of desperation to cancel people is so fucking lame to me. And I have people in my DMs who I think of as gangsters, who I know have done the things that gangsters do. And they're in my DMs saying like, oh man, you better cancel Act tonight. And I'm like, what are you, like, what happened to you that you decided that the way to get at somebody who you're literally just jealous of is to like, use this as an opportunity to grandstand and virtue signal and basically just like try to, you know, make them look as bad as possible. Like I don't relate to that mind state. I don't appreciate it when people do it to me. I think it's lame as fuck. And I just see other people like this is so normal now that they don't even realize what they're doing. They don't even realize that they're playing this gay ass internet game in which like the goal is to basically like lessen your opponent's value by grandstanding on them and talking about them like they're the biggest piece of shit ever, instead of just having a rational conversation about what they did. Because I can say that I did something wrong
from whack. And you feel this way. I'm glad that you
not the worst point.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But I don't relate to that mentality. I don't respect it, and I don't think that it makes sense for people to expect that. I've seen people saying that AD's fucked up because AD, I guess, went on his stream and said
he's still cool with him.
And literally, this is like the quote I saw on the Reddit. I didn't actually watch it, but it said, like AD says that Ak is not a pedophile. We lost track of what that word means because there was no chance that him saying some shit to this kid. Yeah, I know. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? So it's not even like connected to the facts. It immediately goes to the worst possible interpretation, even if that interpretation is impossible because it's not like he's ever even met this fucking kid in real life.
If there's been 2 no names on Clubhouse, would we be talking about this?
Absolutely.
No way.